On 9/11/2001, a bright Tuesday morning turned into the deadliest day on U.S. soil. Within 3 hours, hijacked planes brought down the Twin Towers in New York City, struck the Pentagon, and left a scar that has never truly healed. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost as the world watched in disbelief. Those attacks changed America forever. 24 years later, bells once again prepare to toll in New York. Names will be read at Ground Zero, and the memory of that tragic morning still endures. Here's more as a nation and world remembers.
Everybody calm down. Walk forward.
We were trying to dig him out. He was alive, and then it collapsed again on us.
I heard the plane, a plane, right over my left shoulder, looked up and
September 11th, 2001 was a bright morning in New York. But in just 3 hours, America faced its greatest test. At 7:59 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 took off from Boston. On board were 5 hijackers who turned the plane into a weapon. Nearly an hour later, the North Tower was struck. Fire tore through the skyline. Confusion swept the city.
I was at our church and the phone rang and somebody said a plane had flown into the building. And I was like, oh, it's a Cessna, it's nothing. And then when we heard a second plane had hit, I realized it was something much bigger.
In Florida, President George W. Bush sat inside a classroom. An aide leaned over and said a plane has hit the World Trade Center. The president stayed calm because the full truth had not yet emerged. 17 minutes later, at 9:03 a.m., a United Airlines Flight 175 slammed into the South Tower. This time, the whole world saw it live. It was no accident. It was war.
I was actually in my second grade classroom when it happened, but I remember that day so clearly. And student after student was going home. My classmates lost their parents. My friends lost their, their family. And it was a really horrible day. And that being said, we come every year to remember everyone, and it still takes its toll on you, of course. It's a hard day.
Nearly 30 minutes later, American Airlines Flight 77 hit the Pentagon, and the command center of U.S. military power was burning. A minute before the clock struck 10 a.m., the South Tower collapsed. Manhattan was consumed in smoke and screams.
What came down though? What came down? We crashed. The other trade center's down. It's down.
Jesus! Lord Jesus! Oh, Jesus!
Okay, we'll get him out.
In Pennsylvania, passengers aboard Flight 93 kept fighting back. They stopped the hijackers, crashing the plane into a field. 40 lives were lost, but they saved countless others. Sharp at 10:28 a.m., the North Tower fell. The proud Twin Towers were gone, and nearly 3,000 lives were lost. America was changed forever. That night, President Bush addressed the nation. His words were firm. Justice would be done.
Today we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country. I have spoken to the Vice President, to the Governor of New York, to the Director of the FBI, and have ordered that the full resources of the federal government go to help the victims and their families, and to conduct a full-scale investigation to hunt down and to find those folks who committed this act. Terrorism against our nation will not stand.
From that day came new wars, new security, and new scars. And yet, even after 24 years, the memory has not faded. Now it is 2025. New York prepares to mark the 24th anniversary. At 8:46 a.m., bells tolled. Families gathered at Ground Zero. The names of the victims were once again read aloud. Vice President J.D. Vance is expected to join mourners at the ceremony. President Donald Trump is also expected to take part, continuing his presence at past commemorations. The politics of today may be sharp and divided, but for this morning, America will stand together. To remember, to honor, to never forget. September 11th, 2001, the day terror struck. September 11th, 2025, the day of remembrance. Different years. Same promise, America remembers.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
At $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion ka karjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Skali radikali.
Japanese,
4 trilhões以上.
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.